Hey guys, I've done one of these before, but I don't think it was a TikTok one. Let me try and keep this one short. On a positive, because often people say when you call out the dodginess at a government level, or whatever, police, whatnot, they go, oh well, how would you do it better? Quite simply, and this is not super easy, but quite simply, this is, I believe, what Australia needs to aim for. Whether we will ever get there, I don't know. But if we want to avoid Australia looking like, literally becoming like a Lyceum, I guess is the best way to put it, I think there's a number of things we have to put in place. And one is we have to share, however we get to it, like the Norway situation where you share the resources that are in the ground. So obviously you don't do it for all resources. You allow the people who mine this, the great, keep that system going. You don't want to adversely affect them. But then you incorporate a way where all Australians get a genuine drink out of the resources in the ground. That's it. One. Now I understand just throwing money out there, that creates inflation. So there's those problems, and they will be the doomsayers, and the naysayers will cling to that argument. But there's also ways you can get around that with significantly improving the quality of life of all Australians, without costing the other half. Like at the moment, we're basically just falling on the working class to prop up, the humanity side of us being a good nation. So there's that aspect. Then the other big no-brainer is prohibition. Now we have a massive drug, like all things, tobacco, everywhere that organised crime is profiting massively from everything, every single thing. It needs to have a body, like a genuine body, look at it and go, hang on, organised crime is removing from the economy 20 billion every year, drugs, tobacco, whatnot. And in Australia, that equates to, it's even worse than in the Northern Hemisphere, in the sense that it goes offshore. The vast majority of that money, aside buying a few of the local gangsters a Lambo, and the majority goes offshore. So that's money that not only is not accounted for, not being used for roads, for police, for rehabs and whatnot, it's out of here, Jerry. It's gone, So that aspect of the entire, that needs addressing. There's so many positives out of redoing the archaic stance that we're going to police our way out of everything. The biggest one to that is it would allow, yes, it would change, you'd have to change your thinking and think the long game, not the short game, and all those ones, but it would allow significant resources, courts, police, the lot, to be opened up to police genuine bad. There's that aspect. So genuine, like, hang on, you've got no excuse to be doing that crime, therefore you're getting a significantly higher sentence, you're getting truth in sentencing, genuinely. There's that aspect too. Anyway, so there's that. Those two changes in Australia would see Australia growing into, and then obviously migration figures being set out of greed. That just needs to stop. It literally needs to stop. It's different if we're being genuinely compassionate, and yeah, you want to come, no problem, yes, we are blessed to have Australia. We're not going to throw our blessedness away simply because, but like, what about the this industry or that industry, or, oh gosh, we need to prop this up. In short, it's just the uber wealthy milking as many people as they can. That's the reality. And in that is politicians. Politicians need, keep those numbers up, keeps them happy. That's all. They're not doing it because they care about people from another nation. They're doing it for one reason, and it's greed. It was sold to us for a long time about globalization and opening borders and, oh, how great, we'll just be able to fly around anywhere, and if you want to live in India, you can live in India. It's not that. We're miles away from that, and it's not even that at all. They're not doing it for that. They're doing it to milk money. And where it becomes really disgusting in Australia or England, Canada, it's happening out of a not only the greed aspect, but it's almost like you hear people say, oh, well, who else is going to do it? You hear that guy, what's the guy, Newsom or whatever, from the LA mayor, whatever his position is, LA governor, whatever it is. You hear him say, oh, who else is going to do the jobs? Well, hang on a minute, how disgusting. So what, you want to become the sweatshop, you want the modern Western countries like Australia to be the sweatshop to the world? So, sorry, us spoilt Westerners, we don't want to do that, so we better import some people to do it. Come on, mate, come up with better systems that doesn't turn our nation into yuck. And then let's throw in this doozy. So when you add to that, they're bringing in, and I've seen this firsthand, I won't go into it on this one, but basically there is no checks. So, okay, yeah, no worries, you want to bring people in from all over the world and whatnot, there's no checks. You could then have a person with pedophile convictions, literally, like a actual pedophile working with children, and our government can't check it. Don't even pretend that they can. They cannot. It's like magistrates have to this I have seen, I'll touch on it briefly, this I've seen firsthand, where migrants would be boasting in prison of, I just told her I watched my my cousin get killed in front of me. The judge has to err on the side of the story. There's no way that they can go, okay, no problem, that's a bad story and it has to be taken into account, but we need to verify it like we do with everything in a court of law, like we do with everything. We deal in facts. We don't deal in, we in fact go out of our way to prevent people being able to just tell a story and us believe it without verifying it. But in the migration system, that breaks right down. There is no way you can verify it, and don't even pretend you can. If you let a migrant in from another country that isn't a regulated country with proper checks and cross checks and all that, you can't. You cannot even do it. It is very difficult. Like, I'm talking very difficult. Federal police have to get involved, difficult, to be able to do international criminal checks. So think about that for a second. Oh yeah, but not all people are 100%. That is a given. Very true. But when you start throwing in numbers to prop up government's incompetence, a combination of government incompetence and greed of 600,000+ a year, let's say 1%, that's still 6,000. Hang on a minute. 6,000 people that could be a pedophile working in a childcare centre. And there's nothing you can do about it. Not one thing. And that's not even going along to the, defrauding NDIS, and you just can't check. And it is bonkers. And that is being set by people like Albanese out of greed. Because they've heard that, hey, these people will vote for us. With complete disregard, in the same way his mate Daniel Andrews had complete disregard for his Labour Party colleagues when he was there standing alongside Kim Jong-un and Putin, set to personally profit 100 mil. He couldn't care less. Well, if he doesn't care less about his party colleagues, you think he's going to really care less about you? Of course not. Speak soon, guys.